Hiya, so it's a new week and look, I actually managed to make the polymer clay cane that I was talking about in the last vlog. I did try to record some sort of snippets of me recording myself on my mobile phone, so if they're any good I'll put them in, or you might have already seen them depending on how I put this all together. I'm now trying to edit or finish editing the first vlog and get that out onto YouTube. I have already actually edited it once with music and tried to upload it, but YouTube said there was a claim on the music for copyright, and I don't understand why, because I use the same website for copyright free music for the vlog music as I do for my tutorials, and I've never had a problem before. So I'm just going through and I'm taking out that music. I need to put in some different music, and then I think I might tweak some sections that I wasn't quite sure about. Now I've got the chance, I may as well just do it all and start again, and hope, fingers crossed, that this time it all goes through okay. It's not that I couldn't use the music, it just said that my vlog wouldn't be monetized. I actually don't earn anything off my YouTube at the minute. I don't meet the criteria for that, so the fact that I'm going through and redoing it because it can't be monetized is a bit silly, because actually I'm not earning anything anyway. It's just the principle of it, I think. So I'm going to go and do that, and hopefully that'll be out on YouTube very, very soon, but we'll see. I've done it, the vlog's out, I've finally managed to get it sorted, and I've replaced all the music and I've done it. But now it's like the panic that I've done something wrong, like it looks really silly, or I shouldn't have done it, or this is just too weird, even though I watch loads of vlogs about various different things. But yeah, I've done it, so I hope it's not awful. I've realised I need to try and keep the camera still because I kept moving it around, so I need to get better at that and maybe buy a better tripod. But yeah, it's done. Now to see what sort of response I get from it, but fingers crossed it'll all go fine. So that's it, my kids are home, and that's why I'm talking a bit quieter, because it still seems really weird talking to a camera when they're in another room, so they're old enough to judge me. So I'm gonna see you tomorrow, and let's see what tomorrow brings. So today's been a bit of a quieter day. I've been doing things, but I haven't actually achieved anything. I don't know if it's just me that gets days like that, we just seem to be busy, but nothing also seems to get done. Anyway, so I've just cleared my memory card off, uploaded everything to my laptop, so now I'm clear to photograph the cane that I made a few days ago, and I'll take the pictures so that I can use those for my thumbnail for YouTube, and they'll be uploaded onto my blog and maybe social media. I'm a bit rubbish at social media, I've got to be honest. I never know what to post, but that's what I'm going to do, and then I plan to start making some jewellery pieces with that cane as well, which I'm really looking forward to actually, because I really like it and I think it's going to look really nice in jewellery. Yeah, that's it. I think that's all I aim to do today. So I'll flip the camera around so you can see some of what I'm doing for some of that process. But I think that will be it for today, and tomorrow I have plumbers coming, so it will probably just be sitting at my laptop tomorrow, just catching up on a few bits and pieces, and then on Friday my kids are home for like an inset teacher training day, so I've got them home Friday, which is nice. We'll do other things, but I'm not sure how much clay work or anything I'll get done, so we'll see. But yeah, that's what I'm going to do now. Right, so it's quite a few days later and I'm still working with this cane to make some jewellery pieces. It's taken me a lot longer than I wanted to, but I got called away to do other things last week, and you know how it is. One minute it's Monday, the next minute it's the weekend, and nothing's been done. So I have actually made some pieces, if that's not too bright, there. But I want to make some beads with what I've got left, and I've only got a little bit left, so I'm going to have to see how many I get. I was a bit silly. I started making these shapes, and I had all my clay rolled out. I put all the cane slices on top, and I was starting to work with it. And I got called away, and I put a piece of paper on top because I was only going to be gone minutes. Only the minutes turned into hours, which then turned into days, and I kept coming back to it, and then for some reason I just kept putting this piece of paper back on top, and I know better. That's the silly thing. So all the oils leached out of my sheet of clay and rendered it all pretty much useless. It was so crumbly and dry. I just didn't feel I could cut it and get nice shapes out of it. I thought it might just all tear apart, so that had to be scrapped. So I'm not worried about the clay per se, because I can reuse that for something else, but it does mean that I've wasted a reasonable amount of this cane. So yeah, I'm going to carry on now. I'm going to make some beads, and hopefully all this will be in the oven later today. Right, so here are my beads and earring parts. They've actually been through the oven already. We are on the next day because my kids came home yesterday and I didn't want to film with them around. So I'm now going to varnish them, and varnishing is one of my absolute favourite things to do with the polymer clay. So I thought I would bring you along and I'll show you how I do it so that I can varnish both sides of these earring parts at the same time, and how I can varnish these beads without getting varnish on everything else. So I shall set the camera up and show you all that. Right, the first thing I'm going to show you is I've got this shelf, so it's actually quite high up, but this box here is really heavy. It's got alcohol markers in it, and I've positioned some pencils, and these are in the box simply so I can do this easily. I've positioned some pencils here, and we're going to use these to hang our earring parts. So not the beads, but just like the earring shapes. So when we do our varnishing, they're going to hang from here, and I shall show you now what I hang them with. Right, so all I'm using is the Fimo gloss varnish, and I always do 2 thin coats of varnish, and then I leave it to dry thoroughly between. So I could do 2 coats today, that's not a problem, but I'll give them an hour or so in between coats, and then I'll just leave them hanging overnight or whatever to make sure that they're thoroughly dry. And then I've also got, I told you this was classy, I've got this cord which I've got for jewellery making, but I had loads of it. So I've cut myself some pieces with that, and I've attached this jump ring to the end. It's quite a good sized jump ring, and it's also quite a thin metal, so I can easily pull it open, pick up one of my earring parts, and I've embedded my jump ring into the earring part already. So that makes it easier, but if you're just using holes in your earring parts to hang them, you can just put this through the hole instead. I'm going to pop it onto there, and now I can hold my earring piece like this and varnish the front and the sides and the back. And then you saw the pencils just now that I put onto that heavy box. They hang from the pencils like that. So that means both sides can dry equally, but you have to do thin coats of varnish so that when it's hanging it doesn't all run down and drip, and it'll gather at the bottom edge. So you've got to make sure that your coat of varnish is really quite thin so that doesn't happen. So I'm going to go ahead, put all my earring parts on these loops, and then I shall show you what I do for the beads. Right, so I've got all those now on those jump rings, and for the beads I'm just using one of these dish sponges. Well, I might use 2, but I use these over and over again, so just grab some from your kitchen or whatever and keep those in standby. And then I am using these little wooden sticks. They've got a point on one end. They're called cocktail sticks in the UK, but I'm not sure what they're called elsewhere. But I should just get one out and show you what I've got them out. And you can see I've used them for stirring inks and all sorts, but they've just got little points on them like that. And all I do is I put my bead on it like that, and then you can hold this whilst you do your varnishing, and then you can pop it in your sponge and that'll hold it upright to dry. And when I come to do the second coat, the bead is obviously dry from the first coat, I just turn it round and then go again, so that I make sure that the top and the bottom get an equal amount of varnish, just in case I miss any spots there. So I'm going to go off and I'm going to do all that varnishing with a cup of tea and an audiobook, and I shall come back when that's done. There we go, those are all now varnished, just the one coat. I will come back later and do them again. There we go, and those are my beads done as well. They obviously still need a second coat as well, but that'll be done probably later tonight, maybe sort of into the evening, so that they're drying overnight. So I'm going to pop those back out sort of up and out of the way so I can get to my laptop, because my laptop's sitting right behind at the minute. So we're back at this slightly awkward angle, but wanted to get onto my laptop because I found an email on it had come through to my phone at the weekend from a company asking if they can send me some, I think they're jewellery making supplies and crafting supplies, and in exchange for like a video unboxing and making type of thing. So I wanted to get onto my laptop to have a look and see what the company's all about. It is a company I've seen before, but I wanted to sort of have a look around just to make sure that it was actually like a reputable company and all the rest of it, because I don't want to recommend something and then people get upset that it's not good. But my my email provider is flagging up the message as something slightly odd. So I've gone to the company themselves, and to be fair, the email address, I don't know, it doesn't look weird as such, but it doesn't match up at all with the person that sent the email, so I don't know. But I have gone to their shop front, and they do actually have like a little heading where you can apply if you're a small YouTube creator. So it's probably legit. It's just for some reason my my email provider is being a bit oversensitive. So I shall have a look at that and see what I think. I'm not sure whether to fill in the little form that I can on their page. It doesn't actually say exactly what's expected. It says make videos, so multiple videos. Yeah, I'll have a look, and it may be something I try, maybe not. Yeah, so we'll see. And then after that, I've got a form I've got to fill in for one of my kids, and I've got to get it done this week because I keep forgetting, and it has to be done. So I'm going to go off and do that in a minute as well. And gosh, it's 2:30. So that might be it for today, just this, and then sorting some bits up for the kids at home. And tomorrow I'm quite excited because I'm going to get my hair cut. It is looking interesting. It's been about 10 weeks, I think, since it was last cut. So, and it grows quite fast. It was really quite short. So I'm really looking forward to that. So we'll see. Maybe take you to the hairdressers with me, but it feels very odd filming out in public. I can't even take a selfie. Hence the reason was pretty much always sat at my desk, because that just feels too weird to me. And I'm not sure you want to see all that. I don't know. But yeah, so we'll see. Right, so I did try to record some footage yesterday of my haircut, and I looked back at it and it was just me walking with the camera, and the camera was shaking like this, and I thought, yeah, nobody actually wants to see that. I don't think I've done my hairdresser any favours with how I've styled it today. It looked lovely yesterday, and I've dried it, and Not sure about how my my techniques stand up to hers, but I have taken the liberty of making one pair of the earrings for myself with the flower cane that I was varnishing. Everything is now ready to be made into jewellery. I've got all my bits scattered around, so I'm going to spend a little time this afternoon now just putting some jewellery bits together. I need to see if I've got any beads that I can put with these beads, the ones I've made, because I like to add some faceted beads or something with them. It helps the handmade beads go a little bit further, because otherwise it's very laborious work and it'd cost a fortune to make one single necklace. So I need to check if I've got anything to go with that. And I think I will probably finish the vlog here at this point. You know, I'll include some pieces of me jewellery making and whatnot, but I'll probably sort of wrap it up at this point. I've got no idea how long this is. I remember being shocked last time I went to edit it and I put it together and it seemed really long, considering I felt like I'd only done like little 5-minute snippets or whatever. So I don't want it to be too long. And yeah, I hope this has been interesting. It's one of those weird things. I'm aware sort of this is the shot we've had most of this time. I haven't gone out and done anything particularly. Like I say, it feels very awkward to go out with my camera and to film things outside, and then obviously I don't want to get my family included. This is my thing, not, you know, I don't want to drag them into it. So, but equally, maybe if you're just interested in the crafting side and the jewellery making side, maybe this is all you want, and I'm fine with that. If that's you know, what people are interested in, is just to see how I go about the jewellery making and all the rest of it, then I'm equally good with that. So yeah, I shall leave you with some little footage of me jewellery making and choosing beads and all that fun stuff. But yeah, until next time, I'm hoping the tutorial for this cane's out very soon, or out already when you see this. But yeah, anyway, so I shall say goodbye, and I shall see you all next time.